Hey listening friends, I'm your host and coach Laura Malone. As an entrepreneur and leader, wife and mom, teacher and creator, I am showing up to share possibility with you and help you find vision and wisdom because you deserve to be equipped and released as the hero of your own story. Coaching really does help you change your life. And if you want to know how to guide yourself and others well, I created this podcast just for you. It's a place where you can grab tools, teachings, and ideas for both personal and spiritual growth, as well as entrepreneurship and coaching if that's your thing. So as you listen in, I pray I can help you create a legacy of impact and really start writing the story of a life you love living. Now let's jump into today's episode. Okay, friends, today we're talking about the difference between being a coach and a coachpreneur. Yes, that is the combination of being a coach and an entrepreneur. So the difference is one coaches clients. The other starts their own business so that they can coach clients and work for themselves, okay? It's the same difference between being a manager who is an employee, okay? Instead of being a coach that's an employee that works for a business and gets paid by the business, and the business takes on all the risk and does all the marketing and gets the clients. The coach actually starts a business and takes on all of the risk. That's what an entrepreneur does. Somebody who creates a business and creates value in the world and reaps all of the reward of creating that value, but they also take on all of the risk in starting the business. They put up all of the front funds and they do all of the beginning work to set it up, to do all of the creation, right? You can be an entrepreneur and start a for-profit business or even a nonprofit. It doesn't matter. If you're the one creating the value, taking on the risk, and reaping for yourself what comes in, then you're an entrepreneur, no matter how the business or nonprofit is set up, right? Now, if you're an employee and you're a coach who works for a business or a nonprofit or a ministry, well, you're creating value for somebody else. They are taking on all of the risk, and you have low risk, but you also only reap a portion of what comes in because it's really serving to benefit the entrepreneur who started the business that employs you. Now, there's a lot of different places out there that you can be a coach and actually work for someone else. So if you think, hey, I'm called to be a coach, that's awesome. And you can go get trained. You can get certified if you want to. You can start coaching anybody and everybody. You can get really good at coaching. And it is a very different world to be a coach than it is to be a coachpreneur or a coach who works for themselves and starts their own business. There are so many more steps involved there, okay? I was, always a little bit funny about using the word coachpreneur because a lot of people, I see it out there and I'm like, it's kind of silly. But when I was starting to think about this episode, it's just a true fact. It's a coachpreneur. It's kind of like saying a mompreneur. There's a lot of different preneurs out there, but basically it's just a fun way to say, I do this and I also work for myself, so I work my butt off to make it happen. And as an entrepreneur myself, my husband and I started our nonprofit 16 years ago and learned so much by basically taking on all of the risk, fronting all of the funds, not getting paid for a very long time to do all of the work, and then just moving forward through all of the grunt work, moving forward through all of the dry seasons, all of the times when there wasn't anything coming in, things felt really hard. We took that on. I did that with Sterling & Stone Mentoring. I started my own business, for-profit business, and had to do all of that by myself for a very long time, including doing it all for a long time without clients or without paying clients or without clients who paid me very much to do all of the work that I was doing. So there's a lot of work involved in running your own business. And I think that that's where people really get hung up. Because you say, I want to be a coach, but if you don't know who would hire you to be a coach, you have to make it work for yourself. And I just want to make that very clear to you. It's possible to be a coach and not take on all the risk and just go work for a business or a ministry or a nonprofit who wants to have a coach inside of everything else they do, and they pay you. So a lot of counseling, like a counseling therapy type of situation, they like to bring in life coaches or relationship coaches, things like that, to work alongside their counselors. That's something you could do. If you love to work with health coaching, well, maybe you can find a doctor's office that wants to bring you on and work with you there. Maybe you do relationship, marriage coaching. Well, maybe your church would be interested in having you involved at that level, and they pay you because you offer your coaching services to their members. Or maybe you do leadership training and there's an actual corporation downtown where you live or even online, and they want to bring you on to do leadership coaching for all of their management, their entire structure. Okay, that is totally possible. You're still coaching. It's completely valid. It is just very different than being an entrepreneur. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, to be a coach and be able to build out your own schedule, work from home like I do, and do all of the things the way that you want them done instead of the way somebody else tells you, then you're going to have to start your own business, and you're going to have to do a lot of different work that is outside of your passion and calling as a coach. You're going to need to know that you're ready for that. You're going to have to be willing to take it on. Like anything, you're going to have to invest, and it's going to set you up for success so you can do more coaching the way you want to do it, and you're going to love that in the long run. But it is not overnight. It's often not even within the first year or two, depending on your circumstances. Maybe you have a great audience to pull from. Maybe you already have some form of long-form content, like a podcast or a blog or a video channel where you can already have a group of people to introduce your coaching offer to. And that is just not the case for everybody. Most people are starting out. I want to be a coach, but I don't know how to get clients. And it's because you have to build a business. Then you have to become a content creator so that you find an audience. You find out what you have to teach and what you have to share. And then people get to know you. They start finding out about you. Then you have to create processes for those people to start finding more out about you and decide if they want to work with you to some small degree. That's where freebies come in, little things on the website like quizzes or download this, and then they start getting to know that you can offer them some value, right? That is all part of entrepreneurship. You can be a coach and work for somebody else and not have to do any of that. Maybe you still do some of it because you love doing it and you want to create content for your firm or your organization, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have to. But if you're going to be a coachpreneur, you have to. You have to become the business side of everything. You have to become your bookkeeper. You have to become your marketing director. You have to become your technology. You're the IT guy. You have to become a content creator and a graphic designer. I hope I'm not scaring you. Listen, I did all of it, and I actually taught myself how to do all of it over years. And now I'm where I'm at, but it took a lot to get here. And I'm going to tell you, I don't regret 1 minute of it. I don't regret any of the learning curve, the process, because it has only served to grow me, to create patience and perseverance and character and hope. And it has taught me everything I need to know so that I can walk you through the exact same process. I can speak to all of that because I've been through it and I figured it out on my own, and I love to turn around and teach it. That is the difference between coaching and having clients and being a coachpreneur who builds your own business so you can work on your own dime, on your own time, and take trips, okay? And you need to just be all in and say, if I'm going to do this, it's going to take me time. I might have to have a little side hustle first and do this while I also build my, also go to work at 9 to 5 or whatever your situation is. Maybe you have to do it while you stay up late in bed from 9 to 12 and you lay it out and do the grunt work of getting your business set up and starting to create content and determining what you have to say to people and why they would want you to coach them and how you would coach them and learning their language and doing research. You're going to have to do that sometime. So you're going to have to build in time for it. But I know you can. I know it's completely possible. You can do it as fast as you want, but you can also take your sweet time, okay? Again, this is me being a possibility coach. I know that it's possible for you to do this. If you're called to be a coach, ask God to reveal to you if you're also called to be an entrepreneur. Because if He says, yes, you are supposed to have your own business, He's going to equip you and give you everything you need to do it. But if you're not, He's going to give you a job opportunity. He's going to open doors for you somewhere else. And maybe one actually turns into the other down the road. That's totally possible. Okay. So, like I said in the last episode, I'm starting a mastermind. If you are driven to get your coaching business and practice up and going, and you want to do it this year, and you want to have everything set in place by the end of 2023, you're ready to go, you're highly motivated, you're willing to do the work, then go to sterlingandstonementoring.com/mastermind waitlist, or just click on the link in the show notes, okay? If that's for you, I'm excited to see you there. And I hope that you have a fantastic day. I so appreciate you as a listener. And if you are looking for a community of like-hearted believers who love all things coaching, be sure to jump into the Christian Life Coach Collective Facebook group. Do you think you might be called to become a certified Sterling and Stone Life Coach? Well, learn more about the Greenhouse course where you can get trained in just 10 weeks to start building the foundation of your coaching practice. All the links you need are in the show notes. Happy story making.